It can be much harder to determine whether or not an individual fae has signed up. In practice, check details first, acquire books second, and be aware that negotiation may be an option. But please be careful. The full text of this treaty and a list of all current signatories and the worlds which they consider to be their personal property is attached to this message. You are strongly advised to read and memorize it. Be aware that ignorance of the new situation will not be an excuse, unless you are very, very, very lucky. Footnote. We have had it pointed out to us that this sort of repetition is poor style, but we feel it's necessary to make our point. End of footnote. All irregularities will be handled by a tripartite commission. The Fae representative has not yet been appointed, but the library delegate is Irene, local pseudonym Irene Winters, librarian in residence on world B395. The dragon representative is Prince Kai, son of His Majesty Ao Guang. Librarians, please understand that this may be the most significant chance we've ever had to stabilize the alternate worlds we visit. Let's not confuse the means by which we maintain the balance between order and chaos, collecting books, with our ultimate ends. Getting hold of a book to cement peace for one world may breach the overall peace treaty for multiple worlds. Now, more than ever, we have to maintain our neutrality. Times are changing. Let's help them change for the better. Coppelia, Senior Librarian. Chapter 1. Smile and circulate, Irene said through gritted teeth, drawing her skirts back from the blood that had spattered by her feet. She watched the brightly coloured mob in front of her. It might be messy, but it was only a duel to first blood. It's not as if anyone was killed. Servants in spotless white and black had come scuttling out like cockroaches to wipe the floor clean and provide fresh cocktails for the onlookers. The height of London's fashion mingled with the cream of its notoriety, assisted by a wide selection of drink and drugs. The chandeliers, sparkle as they might, did very little to light up the corners of the room. Here, the more serious or depraved of the fae present smoked opium, sipped absinthe, or even discussed the latest novels. It was, in short, one of Lord Silver's best ever parties. It's not the duel I'm complaining about. It's the calligraphy challenge that started the quarrel, Kai muttered. He hadn't left Irene's side so far this evening, and she was grateful for it. This wasn't a party for them to enjoy. It was one where they needed to be seen. It was a political event, and a lion's den. But even here, Kai had his sense of aesthetics. The choice of ink colours available was completely unsuitable. She should have demanded a steel pen, and frankly, the whole thing ought to have been called off until both parties could get better paper. No wonder they came to blows instead of competing as planned. It simply wasn't possible for either to produce work representative of their skills. Yes, Silver said, sweeping into place behind them. I have to admit, I'm embarrassed. At one of my parties, anything that a guest demands should be available there and then. I will simply have to lay in better supplies for the future. Well, it is the latest thing, Irene answered, trying to calm her heartbeat. She had never been comfortable with anyone mysteriously appearing behind her, and running for her life would be a challenge in her highly expensive but restrictive silk dress. I hear it's hit aficionados as badly as the Dutch tulip craze. Remember when everyone had to own the latest bloom? And is it true that there was an ink robbery?